How do Italians stay so fit?
Mi sono alzato, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao.
If you ask an Italian where the best food in Italy is, they would tell you at their mothers. Okay, but after that, they would say the Emilia-Romagna region. Now, in order to find my way around, I was really lucky because I met a true Modenese, Veronica, who's such a kind person, taking me deep into their food culture.
I think we enjoy the food. Like we really like the pleasure of sitting at the table with the family, drinking a nice glass of wine, like good food. I think that makes a lot of difference.
Because just street food where you just pick it up on the hand and you walk away doesn't really exist here, right? Like food is always enjoyed, you sit down.
Yeah, exactly. It's a passion, it's love.
I love it.
Love makes us thin. That's
well, let's find more love here.
Yes, let's go.
Now, this region is one of Italy's 20 administrative regions, and it is so special because there's so much great food, famous food, all coming from this region. It literally is food heaven in food heaven, Italy. So we started out with something I know nothing about. Strutto, which sounds really cool to say, strutto, but it means pork fat.
So these are pieces of the fat of the pig.
Rifila così.
They cut pieces of the fat like this.
E poi messi alla panza.
Alla panza.
Okay.
Only the meat at the end stays because the fat melts away. So it's the fat melted.
To kind of, as you say, use the whole pig, use everything.
Perché da noi siamo della bassa età.
And then the pieces are pressed out and all the lard flows out, just leaving the pressed meat. Now these little leftover pieces are called ciccheris.
Using the rest of the pig, but they did it because they didn't have here in this region a lot of olive oil. So they couldn't get the olive oil to fry. So they used the result of that to fry.
That's smart.
Yeah.
How much does it?
No, per bambo.
No, no, come on.
Scherziamo. Va bene così.
Are you joking? No, he doesn't want anything.
No, va bene così, ci fa piacere.
They're happy to share.
Mille grazie.
Noi siamo un'associazione di volontariato e abbiamo piacere che sia una cosa
They like
così.
to share these things.
Mille grazie. Ok.
Vai, prova.
Ci sentiamo. No. Perché da quando poi abbiamo cominciato a fare
Really good. It's dry. It's a bit salty. It's really crunchy. Really good. You can't really taste the pig.
Quando è la festa?
12 dicembre.
When do you usually eat them?
Me personally, not often, but maybe when you do the aperitivo. Before he said that they used to do once a year. They used to eat them once a year when they were killing the pig. So get the fat, the strutto, and the ciccioli. So for them it was like a celebration, big celebration, big party when they had the ciccioli.
I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You can tell.
No, grazie a voi.
Grazie,
Bocca al lupo.
mille.
Ciao.
Grazie.
Now the great thing about this market, that stall after stall, there were all these famous foods that I knew nothing about. But I was super keen on learning more by eating them. Parmigiano-Regiano. It's just from this region, right? Outside, we're not allowed?
Yes, it is in Emilia-Romagna.
Okay, I have no idea actually.
Okay. Abbiamo anche le...
When do Italians, or with what do they eat Parmigiano? With everything? Pasta, salad, just by itself?
Me personally, everywhere. Even just like this when you're as a snack.
Now it must be aged for at least 12 months, and after that time there's quality experts who come and check the cheese. They hit it with a little hammer to look for air bubbles. That's their job, just hitting it all day to see if it's good quality or not.
This is for a very intenditori, non so come si dice in
Very
inglese.
passionate.
Passionate. People who love Parmigiano.
Yeah, like
For us.
Yeah.
Se volete assaggiare,
60 weeks.
No, 2 weeks, months.
Mount.
60 months.
Yeah.
5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
It's stronger. It's very strong, almost a bit too much for me. I'm gonna ask you like this because we don't want to hold up the...
Sure. You need to sell.
Yeah. Which one did you like the most?
36 months.
Me too.
Yeah, you too?
Yeah, why did you like it more?
Because it was a bit softer, not that strong.
Yeah.
So I think the texture I really
Same for me.
enjoyed.
Like
yeah?
the 60 month, 5 years is really, really, really strong.
Yeah.
And for, as you said, for cheese lovers, you gotta like this taste. Also, I think it's like the other one I could just snack.
Yeah, yeah.
Now the crazy thing about this cheese is that they literally have been doing it the same way since 1,000 years. And there's just 3 ingredients: the cow's milk, salt, and rennet, which is enzymes produced in the calf's stomach. The question I'm asking, can she still see cheese or is she fed up with it?
She doesn't eat much, like a little bit. She thinks.
That's the right way. I think you have to be careful because I would just be like, mille grazie.
Ci rivediamo.
Now this is a true story and it sounds unbelievable, but this cheese was actually targeted by the Italian mafia. They ambushed delivery trucks between Milan and Bologna, hijacking the shipments and then selling it in the south. Because one of those cheese wheels is worth about 500 euros. And between November 2013 and January 2015, they stole about 2,039 wheels, which is about $1 million worth of cheese. Crazy.
We are at the Mercato Albinelli.
Which is very famous market here in Modena,
Yes,
right?
very famous, very traditional. This year is the 90th year that it's open, and it's very traditional.
It's 5 p.m.
Yes.
It's closing down,
Yeah.
but it kind of is still bustling.
life,
It's
yeah.
still full of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you come here to just buy so
absolutely.
very normal.
Actually, we'll buy something later. So chestnuts.
And it has everything, right? It has
Yeah.
meat, fish, vegetables. It's like a supermarket.
Yeah. It's like supermarket with very traditional food. Like,
There's restaurants.
like stands, bars, restaurants. You can sit, have an aperitivo. So enjoy good food, like
love it.
cheese and good quality.
This is also Italy for me, kind of. It's like this everything out in the open, this craziness. You can try it, you can sit. The colors,
cheerful, color happy.
It's really nice. Now, when you're in Italy, you can't get away from pasta, which, you know, it's not a bad thing. I mean, pasta is amazing. And Modena is really famous for its tortellini.
So they are handmade.
They're handmade, okay?
Tutti i giorni.
Sì.
Tutti i giorni. Sì,
Grandma makes it.
la mamma della titolare. E
You do that too. 10 kilos a day and
10
20
kilos.
and 20 kilos on a Saturday.
Really? 10 kilos and 20 kilos on the weekend. That's crazy.
Like someone gets sick, it's a disaster.
You call me.
Sì, vedi, guarda, it's the vinegar.
Tortellini are ring-shaped pasta and they're traditionally stuffed with a mix of meat, the Parmigiano-Regiano cheese, egg and nutmeg. They're cooked in a broth, not water, because I made that mistake before and I told that Italian lady.
Non solo l'acqua, dicevano metto nell'acqua bollente, no.
No, oh wow, insulted again.
Vai, you can try.
So I can eat it like this?
These are also very good. Ricotta spinach. This is like, ricotta and spinach.
First of all, I have to say, everybody's so nice here, like they don't accept my money. I was like, I want to pay, but no, she gave it to us for free.
Yeah.
What is it?
This is gnocco fritto.
Gnocco Fritto, also very special?
Yes, very special, very traditional one. Either with ham, mortadella, or cheese, just like this.
Or just plain?
I love that. I really love gnocco fritto.
Fried. So
Fried,
you can...
yeah, so it's good. Fried. Sometimes it's fried in the strutto. You know the fat that we saw before?
And I would have that anytime or for breakfast.
Usually you eat that for dinner, like gnocco fritto. You go out and you eat gnocco di giallo. So gnocco with this salumi, so ham, mortadella, whatever, and cheese. And the leftovers then maybe cold in the milk. That's the very traditional Modenese breakfast. So if you go in a bath in the morning, it's nice hot gnocco fritto with this nice ham and a cappuccino. It's really tasty.
It's really good. Then it was time to taste one of the famous, maybe the most famous product of Modena, the Balsamico di Modena. And well, this happened. The microphone didn't record. Now forget the stuff you can buy in the supermarket. The traditional balsamic vinegar is aged for a minimum of 12 years. There's fewer than 100 producers that have to come from this Modena region to be able to call it Aceto Balsamico Tradizionale di Modena DOP. And it's expensive. It's actually really expensive. Like, these small bottles sell up to 200 euros per bottle. But then again, it has to be aged 12 or 25 years. There's just these two options. So that explains why it's so expensive. It's really, really, really rare. And how does it taste? Amazing. It's really sweet, and the longer it has aged, the sweeter it is. And you just put a few drops, you don't need a lot, just a few drops on the Parmigiano-Regiano cheese, for example, and you really have a snack from heaven.
Salute?
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Chin
Wait,
chin.
I thought you said salute. No? Nobody says salute?
Salute when you sneeze. It's true. Salute.
Chin
Yeah,
chin.
you're gonna say salute probably. No, but we say chin chin more. Salute. Alla salute.
Lambrusco.
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 Yeah.
Which is?
Wine. Lambrusco is the traditional wine from here as well.
Okay.
There are different kinds, something a bit sweeter, something a bit more acid or
Yeah.
sour.
Yeah.
I prefer this one, not
Yeah.
too sweet, and it's traditional wine.
This, you know, like sparkling water has these little bubbles? It kind of has
it's,
that, yeah.
it's sparkling, kind of sparkling wine.
I gotta confess, I'm not the biggest wine lover.
No?
This I like. This I could drink.
Yeah, I like them.
This is refreshing. I don't understand how Italians can stay so thin. I think
But you've heard, like when they speak, they say there are only 2 ingredients in there. In the end, it's just simple.
just that simple but good.
Yeah, simple but good, good quality.
Yeah.
Now, Modena does not just have great food, it's also very famous for another thing.
And does everybody own a Ferrari?
No, I don't. Not yet, not yet. But yeah, you see them and you are not so shocked. You think, okay, yeah. It's
I mean, they are from here, right?
yeah, this is the country of Ferrari, Maserati, Lamborghini, like here.
Lamborghini as well?
Lamborghini is between Modena and Bologna, I think. It's Sant'Agata.
I
But we
didn't
are the
know.
Motor Valley.
Ferrari was founded in Modena, and Maserati is based in Modena since 1940. And Lamborghini and Ducati are both located just a stone throw away from Modena. So they're all so close, all those famous brands so close together. Now this all sounds like Modena is a huge city, but it's not. There's literally just 180,000 people living there.
Well, I had a teacher at university, she came from Milan, and she said the moment she arrived in Modena, she was like, oh, slowing down. Also from how the city is built, it's not that high. Average size is 2-3 floors. It's really more down to earth, like to a level it's more enjoyable to live. It's not rush, run, run, run.
Feels like it's easily overlooked because, you know, people might gravitate to Florence, to Bologna, to this other, which kind of gives it this charm because it's this hidden gem, you know, which has all these possibilities and all these advantages without being overrun. It's not too big. You can easily walk everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's a nice size. The atmosphere is really nice. There is not this rush, so people can really celebrate these things. I really, really love that. And for me, the first time I stepped out of the train, I could feel that.
Yeah?
I was like, this is a place I would love to spend more time.